Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jackie, and I am forever faithful. And just wanted to ask you all a question. Are you living in answered prayers? Have you prayed for something and it came to pass and you're living in it right now? That has occurred to me the other day. It's like, I am um, living in an answered prayer. Because years ago, when I was working my 9 to 5, I look forward to not working a 9 to 5 and waking up late and making my own schedule. And I've been here for several years now. Um, but, it got me to thinking like a lot of us was raised with some form of religious or spiritual background. And prayer was often mentioned in and outside the home. Um, I know for me, it was taught to pray, and to ask for my heart's desires to manifest. And through prayer, that I would receive my desires, my wish. And I was thinking, as a child, when we receive what we've asked for, um, the manifestation of our desires, usually the child will relish in their wish coming true. Joy exudes from the child, and the child will immerse itself with the desire and living in it, in just rejoicing in it. But as adults, it seems, at least for myself, that, you know, as adults we pray, we wait to receive, and eventually we do receive our desires, but in divine timing. And usually if it's not what we've asked for, it's something better, right? But even once we receive what we've prayed for, um, the, the the joy, rejoicing in it, is short lived. It seems, you know, it's like a child getting a bike. He's excited to wake up in the morning to ride his bike and get home from school to ride his bike. Can't wait for summer to ride his bike. It's just dreaming of all the places he or she can ride to, right? Going over to friends' houses, whatever. And with adults, we can get a new car or a better vehicle, and we're thankful and grateful for it. But oftentimes, we might be sitting in traffic and we itching and complaining, right? In our new vehicle, but it's like what happened to the joy? What happened to the joy of receiving this this vehicle, right? It's There's a difference. Um, and we tend not to allow the joy of receiving desires to last very long because we're already moving on to the next desire, right? But once we allow ourselves to just stay in that good energy, right? That good feeling of joy, um, that joy will, you know, be returned to us. It's just easier to manifest um, other desires when we're already in a good mood from receiving, a wish, having our wish come true. So it's like, are we truly being grateful for every manifestation and desire? Do we allow ourselves to stay in that energy and intensify the energy with gratitude? Do Are we allowing that to take over, the joy to take over our lives, as opposed to moving on to the next desire and how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, who, when, why, all of those questions. It really doesn't even matter at this point. But I was just like, answered prayers. I wanted a better vehicle. I got a better vehicle, but then I found myself really not being in a state of gratitude, whether I was sitting in traffic or whether, I had to take a detour, whatever. It's, I just wasn't relishing in the joy that, okay, I have dependable transportation. So I had to stop and check myself and say, "You remember the time you didn't have any transportation?" Like, so go back to gratitude. It's like, are we living, truly living in answered prayers, things that we've already asked for and that has manifested in our lives? Like living, in a better neighborhood, having a better job, a better position, promotion, having more food to eat, having dependable vehicle, being off of public transportation, better loving people in our lives, just better support system. Um, have you mended relationships? And now it seems, it's the norm, kind of take it for granted. Have you ended relationships that made room for better things to come into your lives? Have you completed schooling, better daycare for your children, better health? Are we living in answered prayers? I could say probably for most of us, all of us, that we are living answered prayers already. But yet we often forget because we're so consumed sometimes about the future and where we want to be, but how we're going to get there. And it's really not about the destination, it's about the journey. So take time out to be grateful for all answered prayers. And also, it's a reminder to us all that there is a divine creator, there's a source of everything, and that will give us our heart's desires. Um, but action is usually required, So just stay faithful that no matter what it looks like on the outside, that God is working behind the scenes, Source is working behind the scenes, and that prayers have been answered in the past, so why wouldn't they be answered in the present and in the future? It's just taking a moment and reflecting on our lives and seeing how much our lives have changed, how we have changed, hopefully for the better, and how things will get better. But we just have to just take a step back and look at all the goodness. Just look at all the blessings. Count them, write them, rejoice in them. And I do believe that more blessings, more manifestations of your heart's desire will come to pass. So don't give up. Stay grateful, stay faithful, and yeah, stay prayerful as well. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am forever faithful. Again, I am Jackie, and until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.